Kawhi Leonard has decided to leave Team USA, and they have replaced Kawhi Leonard with Derrick White. And I am here to break down why Jalen Brunson is being disrespected once again. All of that and much more on the Knicks Digest. What's up, guys? It's your boy Dariel. It's been a minute, but let's get right into today's video. So a few days ago, Shams reported this via his tweet. Kawhi Leonard is withdrawing from Team USA for the Paris Olympics and will be replaced by Boston's Derrick White, who is a strong candidate to replace Kawhi Leonard on Team USA. First and foremost, why is Derrick White... Actually, you know what? Let me take that back. Why is Kawhi Leonard even a part of any basketball activities moving forward? The guy can't stay healthy. I don't understand. I will never understand why the LA Clippers gave Kawhi Leonard all that money all that time ago. I get it. He was coming off a championship, so he had the leverage, but he was already an injury-prone player. He is a main reason. He is a big reason why load management is a huge conversation in today's NBA media landscape. I've never been a Kawhi Leonard fan. When he is healthy, yeah, he's a top 5 player in the league. But of course, we always have to preface with if Kawhi Leonard is healthy, if the Clippers are healthy, then they could go far. Kawhi Leonard has not shown to be able to stay on the court for more than a week. Not even a week, more than a couple of days in the playoffs. He always plays 1 or 2 games. He tries out his knee, and then next thing you know, we get a report saying that he has a torn meniscus. I'm not a big Kawhi Leonard fan, but that's not the point of the video. Now, pivoting and going back to who they chose to replace Kawhi Leonard with, Derrick White. Listen, man, Derrick White, you have my respect. Just coming off the championship, winning with Boston Celtics, obviously you're going to be at the forefront, even though Jalen Brown's also been disrespected as well. And Jalen Brown put out a tweet earlier this week. I think it was with like that magnifying eyeglass emoji, saying, and I also think he tweeted like, Nike, is this what you guys are doing? Because the Team USA has been speculated that a lot of it is just politics and sneakers, and like if you're signed with Nike or Adidas, Team USA wants Nike to be all of their players. So that's a whole different conversation, something that I'm not as way above my pay grade. But Derrick White is a very respectable player, and seeing how now Grant Hill, who I believe is like the general manager of Team USA, I get what he's doing. He's trying to build an actual team, because for the longest, the Team USA, we've been relying on our skills. We've been relying on our name recognition, and we pretty much have the best players in the world, even though European players are coming on really strong. But I get it. Ever since we lost in the 2004 Olympics, then 2008, the Redeem Team, 2012, 2016, 2020. So we've been on a good run of winning gold at the Olympics. But ever since we lost in 2004, then Jerry Colangelo took over, and then Coach K from Duke became the coach. And they really made it a point to try and develop a team. That's where they started to implement the training camp, where I believe they had maybe like 2 weeks of scrimmages, of practices to really develop a type of chemistry, which is kind of crazy in comparison to the rest of the European teams, because the rest of the European teams, they've been playing since they were probably like 12, 13. Grant Hill, who's in the seat right now, he's trying to develop an all-around team. And again, I get it. The roster right now is Jason Tatum, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Steph Curry, Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Halliburton, Bam, Anthony Davis, Joel Embiid. I'm sure I'm missing a few people. Drew Holiday. So they're just trying to develop a team, and they're not trying to rely on their all-star starters, and they're not trying to rely on name recognition. But Jalen Brunson, man, this past season with the New York Knicks, averaging 28.7 points, 6.7 assists, and 3.6 rebounds. And you can make an argument. I don't even think it's an argument anymore. I think Jalen Brunson is bona fide across all platforms, across all NBA media, a top 10 player. And if you have Jalen Brunson in the top 10, I think he's going to be anywhere from like 6 through 10. I don't think he's in the top 5, but Jalen Brunson has made a case for himself of being a top 10 player in the league, seeing what he's done with the Knicks organization ever since he came to the Knicks. First year, playoffs, second round exit. Second year, playoffs, second round exit to a Game 7. But of course, bodies, decimated, injuries. We were skeletons out there for the millionth time in every video that I put out. I always have to preface this, because if we were fully healthy, I truly believe that we were able to take the Boston Celtics to a minimum of 6 games, and that's even without a Julius Randle. But going back to the topic of Jalen Brunson being snubbed. So I did a little research, and interestingly enough, I looked at this season's All-NBA first team, second team, and third team. So the first team, we got Giannis. He plays for Greece, so obviously he's not a part of the Team USA. Luka with Dallas Mavericks. He's part of, I think he's Slovenia. Yeah, I think he's Slovenia, so he's not a part of Team USA. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, OKC Thunder, he's part of Team Canada, so he's not part of USA. Nikola Jokic, I believe, is Serbia with the Denver Nuggets, so he's not part of Team USA. Jason Tatum, who is the only American player to make the first team All-NBA, he's on Team USA. Okay, cool. Now, this is where it gets interesting. All-NBA second team. We got Anthony Davis, who's on the team. We got Kevin Durant, who's on the team. We got Anthony Edwards, who's on the team. Kawhi Leonard technically made the team, but just like I said earlier in this video, the reports to shams, he's leaving, and Derrick White is replacing him. Who is the only player on the All-NBA second team make it and is not on Team USA? You guessed it, Jalen Brunson. And then, to add more layers, let's take a look at the All-NBA third team. Devin Booker, he's on this team. Steph Curry, he's on this team. Tyrese Halliburton, he's on this team. LeBron James, he's on Team USA. And then Domantas Sabonis of the Sacramento Kings, I think he's on Slovenia or Serbia. I'm not sure. Lithuania, maybe. I'm not sure exactly which country he represents. But he's not obviously representing Team USA. So when you look at all NBA first team, second team, and third team, the only player that made the list that's not on Team USA is Jalen Brunson. That is absolutely like ludicrous. I don't understand, man. That is crazy to me. And then I even dived into more research and I looked at Jalen Brunson's play. I believe it was last summer in the FEBA World Cup. So if you guys have been keeping up with Team USA throughout the years, last summer we went to the FEBA World Cup. So we actually went up against Canada and we actually lost for the third place. We didn't even make gold, silver, or bronze. Canada won third place. But I looked at Jalen Brunson's numbers throughout the tournament. So he averaged 11 points, 2.5 rebounds, 4 assists, and he averaged around 20 minutes through the 8 games he played at the World Cup tournament. He did start in all 8 games. Now that team, that roster included Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Halliburton, Austin Reeves, Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Jaren Jackson Jr., Bobby Portis, Walker Kessler, Paolo Banchero, and Brandon Ingram. I'm not sure exactly what the starting 5 was because the starting 5, it's also interesting because Anthony Edwards going into the camp, everybody believed that he was going to be coming off the bench. But after, the first 2 days of training camp, he showed everybody, no, he's probably the best player on that team. So now looking back on that team, we got Jalen Brunson, we got Josh Hart, and we got Mikal Bridges. We got 3 Knicks players on that team, which is amazing. Great representation for the New York Knicks. But Jalen Brunson was definitely one of the better players on that team. And after watching Team USA play Canada, I'm looking at the lineups. Kevin Durant didn't play because he's dealing with a calf injury. So the starting 5 was Steph at the 1. They started Drew at the 2. No, I'm sorry. They started Devin Booker at the 2, Drew at the 3, LeBron at the 4, and Embiid at the 5. Embiid looked like complete I don't know what the hell he was doing. I think this is his first time playing in any FEBA rules tournament, so it might take him a little bit of time to adjust. But besides just his touch of the ball and his feel for the game, he looked a little out of shape. So again, that's a different conversation for a different video. But the team overall, Anthony Edwards was coming off the bench. I don't know what that situation is. I think Anthony Edwards should be starting over Devin Booker. I think the starting lineup should be Steph at the 1, Anthony Edwards at the 2, KD at the 3, LeBron at the 4, and Embiid at the 5. So if that's going to be the starting lineup moving forward, you got Devin Booker coming off the bench. You got Drew Holiday coming off the bench. You got Jason Tatum coming off the bench. You got Derrick White coming off the bench. You got Tyrese Halliburton coming off the bench. So in real time right now, I get why Jalen Brunson isn't necessarily needed, but if you're just rewarding guys for the type of play that they've been showcasing for their past few seasons in the NBA, Jalen Brunson is number 1 on the list. Jalen Brunson might be the guy that everybody took away from this past playoff run that impressed them the most. And again, that game last night against Canada, it could be just because everybody's just getting a feel for everybody, so the chemistry looked a little off. But I don't know, man. I'm just picturing Jalen Brunson. He would definitely be coming off the bench. If he was on this team, he would not be starting. I'm not delusional. He would be coming off the bench. But Jalen Brunson coming off the bench, being able to... He wouldn't necessarily be asked to do what he does for the Knicks, coming in and just being that scoring offensive threat. He'd be coming in, probably playing a traditional point guard role. Would it be a little difficult for him because he is a scoring point guard? Maybe. I can't answer that. But what I do know about Jalen Brunson is that he's a team player. Like, I can see him coming into the team, coming off the bench, and just trying to put everybody in the best situation possible, putting everybody in the best situation to maximize their offensive ability. Like Jalen Brunson, I don't think he would be one of these players like a Brandon Ingram last year in that World Cup tournament. Like Brandon Ingram coming out of Team USA training camp, and during the games, the reports were coming out that he wasn't happy with his role and he wasn't satisfied. He wanted more minutes. He wanted to start, and he ended up being on the bench. So that absolutely would not happen with Jalen Brunson. But man, I really don't see how after Kawhi Leonard exited Team USA, I don't understand how Derrick White was the first person that Grant Hill and the rest of his team targeted to replace Kawhi Leonard. I mean, even if you're not going to get Jalen Brunson, like the fact that they just overlooked Jaylen Brown, like that's crazy to me. I don't know what they're doing. But guys, that's it for today's video. I'm going to be keeping my eye on Team USA. I just wanted to get this video and express my frustrations. And Jalen Brunson, you know, over here at Knicks Digest, we're rooting for you all day, every day. But until next time, guys, before I wrap up, you guys know the drill. You know the vibes. Jalen Brunson for all the MVPs, Taj Gibson for president wherever you are. The deuce is loose wherever you are. The newest Knick, Mikal Bridges for defensive player of the year. And until next time, I'll check you out in the next video. Peace.